So crazy. Like 41 people are watching on Twitter right now.
Already.
Yeah, but like 29 in here. We can hear you breathing. Can they? Hello and welcome to Not Gambling Advice, the baseball betting stream on the Just Baseball Network. It is Monday, July 31st, and I'm here to deliver you some MLB winners. You know what's funny? Well, first, it's the day before the trade deadline, which is sick. We just saw Aaron Savali get traded for Kyle Manzardo. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I think I might need to ban myself from betting on the weekend. Producer Cohen, can you flash the leaderboard presented to you by Pikkit? And then producer Cohen, if you could drop the Pikkit link in there as well. Remember to download. All of our bets are tracked. So if you ever miss a play, they are tracked on the Pikkit Sports app for you. And then on top of it, sync your sports book by using code Peter, and you'll be entered into a raffle. Win anywhere from $3 to $100. But no, keep it up there for a second. Because if you could see, my dumbass is at number 3 on the leaderboard. And I look at that every day, and I think to myself, just don't bet on the weekends. And it's especially Sunday, right? Sundays have been my worst days by far. Saturday, we won 2 units. We went 2-0. But then on Sunday, we went down 1.44 units. So if I just bet my plays on stream, I'm up 3.92 units, right? If you just took those plays, you're up. If you took all the rest of my plays, you're down. Just like I'm down. We win and we lose together, though. But that is the leaderboard currently. We're going to see Gino come on. We're going to see a couple other guys who are up. So you're going to get plenty of picks in the stream. You're going to get my 2 MLB best bets, 3 technically, 2 in one game. I have a prize picks entry. We're going to talk home runs. But first, let's talk briefly, right? Because you're going to hear more about it on the Just Baseball show when it comes out tomorrow. Aaron Savali traded for Kyle Manzardo. Aaron Savali goes from Cleveland to Tampa Bay. Cleveland acquires Kyle Manzardo, first base prospect. So I tweeted out, I said, that's a big return for the Guardians in a good way. But I understand from the Rays perspective, right? Yandy Diaz, Isaac Paredes, they have plenty of first base, third base guys. Junior Caminero, big-time prospect for them. Top 5, I think, in all of Major League Baseball when you see our update come out on justbaseball.com. But Kyle Manzardo, I know he's struggling a little bit in AAA this season, but he's a career OPS guy in the 950 range. Doesn't strike out at all, walks a ton. And the reason I tweeted out, this gives me a lot of Joe Ryan for Nelson Cruz type move. Remember, Joe Ryan was traded for Nelson Cruz, but in reality, that was a 40-man crunch deal, and Nelson Cruz didn't have those years of control. The reason I said that, though, is, of course, the Rays can turn around anyone, right? Any starting pitcher and make them better. But Aaron Savali, based on the numbers, 2.34 ERA, 3.67 expected. A lot of peripherals expect him to regress a little bit. And I really, really like Kyle Manzardo. I know Arm does too, ranked really high on our top 100 list. So overall, right, the Rays, they didn't really need Manzardo at all. So he was the guy that they were able to part with. So it is a win for them. They got a starter who isn't a free agent until 2026, right? Unrestricted free agent still. I think he has 2 more years of arbitration or something like that. Regardless, not a free agent until 2026. So they get a pitcher with 2.5 years of control who is on a roll right now, but it was a big price. I was surprised that Cleveland got that much for Aaron Savali. So it's a definite win for the Guardians, and it's a win right now for the Rays. So otherwise, good trade all around. Just kind of an electric trade, right? Electric. Big-time prospect for a relative big-time arm. I'm excited about it. Shout out Rich D. Breezy 11 for subbing. And shout out Clammucker for subbing. Remember, I know some of you might think I'm ass. I wouldn't call you wrong, but I am still in third in this competition, right? Put some respect on my name a little bit. I'm still third in this competition. And if I win, I'm giving away a subscriber of this Twitch channel tickets to the World Series. I'm not kidding. 2 tickets to the World Series for free if I end up winning. The only catch, you got to sub. But if you sub and I finish second, I'm giving a subscriber a $500 cash prize. If I finish third, y'all get nothing. It's the risk reward, right? It's the risk reward. I'm going to be honest with you. You get nothing if I finish third. If I finish 8th, you get nothing. 7th, nothing. 1st or 2nd, someone's going home with major, major prizes. Let's do a quick recap of last time we were on stream, producer Colin. All right. Okay. Texas money line, 13-5. No way they beat Framber Valdez, right? No way they beat Framber Valdez. Oh, wait, 13-5. How about it? Detroit money line, it pushed. Got rained out. And then I think the Tigers the next day and they lost. And I think I bet them the next day and lost too. And then they won 2 in a row. Or at least I know I bet them and they lost and then they won. I don't think it was twice. I think it was the postponement and then that. That's why I never bet on doubleheaders. So if you ever see me bet on doubleheaders, fade it. Fade it. I'm terrible at betting doubleheaders. I always have been. I, for some reason, dipped my toes into the pond because it was kind of a hedge against Ohtani, ERA, right? He's in our full season through a 9-inning shutout. I mean, I'll take that. If I'm going to lose a bet, at least let it be Ohtani shoving. We need him to go under 3.15 ERA. All right? That's a quick recap there. How was Krabs not disqualified? Hey, Rome wasn't built in one day, right? Give the man some credit. He's, it's hard to come up here down 42 units and keep pitching plays, right? You don't have to take him, but I love Krabs. He's giving it his all. He's not trying to lose. Shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with taking the weekends off. I don't think I'm taking weekends off. Maybe Sunday. Just Sunday. Saturday, I've been fine. It's Sunday. I donate every single Sunday. So might be taking Sundays off moving forward. I don't know. Something's got to give, right? If something's not working, you got to change it, right? I know we stick to the process, but Sundays, even last year, Sundays weren't great. All right, let's get into the plays today. Producer Cohen, and of course, these are available on the King of Sportsbooks. That is BetMGM. Remember to use promo code JustBaseball when you sign up. Remember. All right, let's get into it. Brewers versus Nationals at 7:05 p.m. Eastern. The pitching matchup is Corbin Burns versus Jake Irvin. Corbin Burns Day. Corbin Burns Day. It's not really Jake Irvin Day, but I don't really believe in the Brewers offense. Let's talk about it. So the model on Ballpark Pal continues to like Jake Irvin, routinely pointing to an under in the games that he pitches in. This one is no different, as they have the total capped at 7.5 at -112 towards the over. BetMGM also seems to like him, pricing his earned run prop at 2.5, -160 towards the under, with a pitching outs line at 16.5 at -110. So what the book is telling us is that it's showing a likely outcome, 5 to 6 innings, around 2 earned runs. If we get that, this under is in a really good shape. Now, Burns has some pretty good looking props too. 1.5 earned runs, 18.5 pitching outs, line juice towards the over on the pitching outs. And by that logic, probably going to see 6 to 7 innings, 2-run ball, right? Just based on what the book says. But let's get into actual baseball matchup of it. So the one redeeming quality of the Nationals is their lack of strikeouts, which could end up hurting Burns. But going as they could, just put a bunch of balls in play, start a rally against Corbin. However, this is key though. Lowest hard hit rate in the entire month of July against righties. And Burns is rocking a 32% hard hit rate this year, putting him in the 88th percentile. So that's an accumulation stat, right? Including his rough start to the year. Everyone is talking about Blake Snell right now, when not in reality, Corbin Burns has been probably the second best pitcher on planet Earth to Blake Snell. So I understand the argument, right? Nationals don't strike out. They'll probably put more balls in play. But the issue is, and where I would probably, fade a pitcher in this type of situation if his only way was to get out by the strikeout. But Burns is doing a really good job at limiting soft contact. So in my estimation, I think what Burns is going to do today is he's not exactly going to rack up the strikeouts, right? But he's going to get a lot of weak groundouts, a lot of weak contact that results in quick innings. So I think he actually goes a long time this game. But I didn't take his fantasy score on Prize Picks. I didn't take his strikeouts. That's not what I was aiming for. I just think it's going to be one of those games where it's like 6-7 innings, 1 to 2 runs, low pitch count, 4 to 5 Ks. Just kind of the game's going to go quick. At least that's what I'm saying. Because the Nationals, facing a right-handed pitcher, they're being put in their worst split. This season, they have an 87 WRC plus against right-handed pitching, tied for 5th worst in the sport, right? In the last 30 days, a little bit better, 92 WRC plus. Not that much better. But they are a much better offense against lefties, right? 116 WRC plus last 30 days. They're still racking up against lefties. But what will Jake Irvin give us? Well, luckily for him, he's not facing that good of an offense. In the last 30 days, the Brewers have a 93 WRC plus against righties. Over the full season, 23rd ranked offense against righties, 88 WRC plus. They're also worse on the road, putting up an 87 WRC plus versus a 94 at home. And the stat is normalized, right? So that's against average pitching, right? When you take a sample that big, you say, all right, pretend they're facing a guy with a 4.3 ERA. Jake Irvin isn't that. 4.96 ERA, 5.07 expected ERA, 5.10 SIERA. It's below the league average. He's not very good. But his main issue is the amount of free passes he allows and his lack of strikeouts. But what he does do one thing well, he thrives in soft contact. So he should succeed if he can limit the walks. Now, he also has a home run problem, right? So what are his big issues? He walks guys and then he gives up a home run. That's kind of where the runs come from against Jake Irvin. But the Brewers, they rank 26th in home runs against righties in the last 30 days. They only have 17. They're not a power-driven team outside of Christian Yelich, right? You factor in a bit of travel, 3 straight games of a lot of offense from them. I think Irvin pitches relatively well today, right? We have a total of 9. We have a first 5 under 5. Relatively well, right? And the Nationals bullpen behind him is terrible. Not going to sugarcoat it. But it is lined up pretty well today. Mason Thompson, 4.66 ERA, he's fine. Not that good. But he'll pitch today and he's okay. Right? But they also have Jordan Weems, 3.14 ERA is available, and Kyle Finnegan, 3.07 ERA. So they have enough arms to not be terrible, right? But the Brewers bullpen is lined up really well. 4 best, Uribe, Payamps, Peguero, Williams, Devin Williams, all ready to go. All right-handed arms, too, keeping the Nationals in their worst split. So I think the Brewers are too expensive to play, right? But we can confidently take the under. I would take the full game under. What is it right now? Anybody in chat know what the line is? Good pitch. There we go. Weird play yesterday, like 3 shutouts, I think. There's also a team. They need consecutive hits. What are we looking at, Producer Cohen? 8.5 minus 105. That's within my price target. 8.5 minus 105, I would take that. That's the lowest I would take it, though. Right? Lowest I would take it. If it ends up landing on 9 and you have 8.5, like, I don't know. Well, yeah, what's the first 5 at? Okay, that's the same price target I put too. Perfect. So it's still there. So just don't take it beyond that. If you like it, remember, if you don't like this play, don't take it at all. And if you don't like the line move, feel like the value's gone, don't take it. First 5, under 5, minus 140. Yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, that's a lot of juice. I would just keep it to 0.6 units to win whatever it is. Because I got it at minus 120. You're seeing minus 140 now. First of all, WCLV. Can I get WCLV in the chat? Nobody cares about CLV anymore because it doesn't matter. This one probably loses because we got CLV. That's how the baseball season has been for us. How many games this season have I gotten CLV on? I come to you and I'm like, hey, oh shit, look at the line. It moved. Doesn't it? I'm trying my best. I promise. I promise I'm trying my best. W gifted sub? Who's gifting subs out here? Not a baby. Thanks, everybody. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their Monday. So what do we think? Yeah, who cares about CLV, honestly? What do we think? We fading, not betting, tailing. What do we think? You guys are a lot more chatty when I'm giving away money in the chat. A lot more chatty. Not as much when I'm just asking baseball questions. I won't be playing up a good pitch. Hey, that's fair. I respect that. I'm riding the first 5. Love that. Already took first 5 under. Let's get it. Okay. I feel good. Always riding Pete. Pause. Winning degenerate. Pause. All my coins are going to raise money line. Let's do something crazy. Let's do something that books wouldn't expect. Just like this bet that we're about to make. Take me to Toronto. Baltimore Orioles versus the Toronto Blue Jays at 7:07 p.m. Eastern. The pitching matchup is Kyle Gibson versus Chris Bassett. So, you're only going to see me on this type of favorite when it meets the special system. The Sunday night baseball system is back. It's finally back after a few weeks without it due to scheduling. It's a pretty good spot to fade the Orioles. They aren't traveling across the country, but they are on the road, coming off a 9-run performance against the Yankees in front of everyone. Now, I'm always asked, well, don't the Yankees fit in the Sunday night baseball system too? Yes. Isn't as strong, right? So if I could form the most ideal Sunday night baseball system, remember when we cashed A's when they beat the Braves? That was the perfect Sunday night baseball system. A team that just beat the living piss out of the team they faced on Sunday night baseball. Orioles 193. Check. Are they traveling across the country? No. They are traveling, so I'll give it like this. So we got 1.5 checks. What's the other one? Are they on the road? I'm not flipping you off. You know what I mean? Check. I got distracted because it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? Sunday night baseball system. So, right, Yankees are at home. They're traveling from Baltimore to New York, but they get to sleep in their own beds. Not as drastic. Right? The travel isn't much. Baltimore to Toronto, there's some travel there. You're going into another country off Sunday night baseball. Big win for a young team. And no wonder, though, after Sunday night baseball, they just beat the living crap out of the Yankees. They're getting plenty of tickets. They're plus 120. Why wouldn't you take the underdog Orioles? I'll tell you why. The Blue Jays are winning this thing. First off, the Blue Jays have a better offense against right-handed pitching. They have the They have the superior starting pitcher. Chris Bassett is better than Kyle Gibson. The Blue Jays would probably be my lean on an even playing field. But when you factor in the system, you factor in the money distribution, Blue Jays are an auto bet. Now, don't bet on Chris Bassett on the road. Don't. But at home, I could get around it. Now, Chris Bassett and I usually go to war, right? And he'll probably screw me this game because he's a pitcher that I'm not very good at figuring out. But we have enough data to at least look at past history and be like, all right, maybe he can throw well today. He's got a 3.20 FIP at home with a 17.9% K minus BB ratio. Very solid. Compared to a 6.04 fielding independent pitching and 11.3 K minus BB percentage on the road. Horrible. I also find it interesting that the Blue Jays are sizable favorites after the last time Bassett faced the Orioles, where he gave up 8 earned in 3 innings. Yet his pitching outs is majorly juiced towards the over at 17.5. And his earned run prop is about 2.5 at -120 towards the over. It's pretty good respect. Wouldn't you say so? Overall, Bassett has a 4.46 expected, 4.34 Sierra. Gibson, 4.59 expected, 4.52 Sierra. So moving forward, Bassett is the better pitcher, but not by much. So small edge here, but Bassett's at home. You give him a little bit of a leg up. So it's an edge. On the other hand, Gibson, the last time he faced the Blue Jays, threw a gem. 7 innings, 1 earned run. Now he's -160 to go over 2.5 earned runs. And his pitching outs is also at 17.5. Gibson has worse numbers overall, but little strange based on the history of these two starters facing these lineups. Now, the Blue Jays have the better offense overall against righties. They have a 110 WRC plus in the last 30 days compared to Orioles at 90. It's a big gap. Over the full season, bit closer, putting the Blue Jays at 109, Orioles at 100. Overall, though, Blue Jays have the offensive edge. From bottom to top, right, I'm going to give you the 5 best bullpens based on Sierra, Skill Interactive ERA, my favorite ERA estimator for bullpens, right? Number 5 is the Giants. Number 4 is the Orioles. Number 3 is the Braves. 2 is Seattle. 1 is Toronto. The Blue Jays have the best bullpen in baseball by the best ERA predictor. And they just added St. Louis Cardinal reliever Jordan Hicks, who's trending in a very good direction. Now, the Blue Jays have some pretty solid arms after Bassett, right? They have Eric Swanson, who can close games for them. Excellent reliever. He's their best reliever outside of Jordan Romano. And Jordan Hicks should be ready to go as well. They can also go to Trevor Richards. 3.04 ERA has been very good for them. They're set up nicely after Bassett, who I think will give them a good amount of length. Now, on the Orioles side, ton of use lately, but they will have Felix Bautista available. Not ideal for people back in the Blue Jays. But the thing is, we know Felix Bautista. I doubt he's going to come in unless the Orioles are winning, and then we probably lost anyway. Who knows? Maybe we get a fluke win off Bautista, but more than likely, we lose that game anyway. Who do they have coming in those middle innings? Let's say Gibson doesn't pitch well. Well, then go to Seinel Perez, who is their worst arm outside of Cole Irvin. They have Danny Collum, who's good. He's very good. But him and Trevor Richards are kind of the same thing. So if you're like, oh, Danny Collum's going to pitch. Well, Trevor Richards is going to pitch. They have low 3s, high 2s expected. Very similar, right? So I give the bullpen edge to the Blue Jays. You combine starting pitching edge, slight, bullpen edge, slight, offensive advantage is probably the biggest in this game. And you combine in the system with the money distribution, we're rocking with the Jays -130. Producer Cohen, you just heard both pitches. What's your favorite one? You like that Blue Jays pitch or you like that Brewers Nats under? Wait, what are they? No way. Producer Cohen just said on BetMGM, Blue Jays are -145 on the money line. Is that true? Whoa. Does that mean both aren't hitting? Because CLV doesn't mean shit. The whole world is on Toronto. Really? Really? Haven't seen that. But maybe you're right. Maybe it loses. Don't take it. It's good to see you, though. It moved to -145. It's good to see that. We love that. Just still one unit play. Still one unit play. Entire world is on the Jays. Can you be more specific, please? Can you be more specific? Because when I go on Pikkit, let's go on Pikkit right now. I haven't seen an Orioles ticket yet. Well, maybe the Blue Jays lose then. Because you know how that goes. When you see 4 people on Twitter on a play, it's never hit in the history of the world. Let me see. Let me go on Pikkit and just see where the distribution is. So Orioles getting 56% of bets. Toronto getting 54% of the money. So a little bit more split on Pikkit at least. Are you Trell is on the Jays, Peter. Oh. Yeah, don't take the Jays. I'm going to, though, because I'm already locked in. But all those things, you put them all together. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Let's talk Prize Picks. So, remember to use code JustBaseball if you're new. Full deposit match. Y'all know the drill. Marcus Stroman over 4.5 strikeouts. I like the Cubs to win today, but I wish I had a better price. I think the best price is targeting Stroman on the strikeout line on Prize Picks. For one, he's minus 130 to go over this, which is a good price when looking at Prize Picks. And the Reds have the 7th highest strikeout rate against righties in the last 30 days, and they're filled with left-handers. Why do left-handers matter? Well, Stroman's clear better split is against lefties with most of his pitches diving away from left-handers, right? Let's look at this one to a righty. I bet the next one is, another righty. Let's see what happens. Strike. That was a ball. We'll take that. Another to a righty. See, that pitch is normally diving away from lefties. Bruce Cohen, why are all these against righties? He just strikes out a bunch of righties, too, which is good. Here's a lefty. See, that pitch is nasty. That's why he's generally going to be better against lefties, and then he can go in on lefties, too. He's just good. But he's been terrible lately. But Stroman tends to show up in big games. That's where you really want to take him. And he has a higher strikeout rate at home. This is a big one when you consider the standings implications and tomorrow's trade deadline. I capped him at 5Ks. Model makes 6.2, right? So I'm rolling with 4.5. Let's go to JP France. JP France under 4Ks. The Guardians refuse to strike out no matter how you cue it up. The Guardians have the lowest strikeout rate against right-handed pitching. Nice pitch, JP France, against right-handed pitching. He's averaged between 4 to 5 strikeouts a game this year, but had 6 strikeouts in the Guardians the last time he faced them. I don't see him replicating that outlier performance, especially with the familiarity there. He's at 3.5 strikeouts on BetMGM, juiced minus 140 towards the over. But there's also been some sharp money coming in on Cleveland. I know Gino's going to come on, and he's going to tell you why he likes the Guardians today. And think about this. If sharp money's coming in on the Guardians, let's say the Guardians win. Do you think it's because Syndergaard shoved? Or do you think it's because France got beat up a little bit when he's due for a lot of regression, right? FIP in the 4s, ERA in the 2s. I'm going to go with France getting hit up a little bit. And the Guardians' offense has been top 10 against righties over the last month, even the last 2 months. And they don't strike out. So I'm taking his under 4 or less than 4. All right? Low-key been the Astros' best pitcher. All you got to do is just take a look. Just take a look at some expected metrics and tell me if you think it's going to continue. Charles J Sports PODs are 1-32 on Mondays when the weather is 62 degrees. The team with the bird mascot plays and the money line is less than 150. We are screwed. If Sherman gets lit up today, might get traded in game. Doubtful. I took over 5 first 5. Don't hate it one bit. Don't hate it one bit. Don't hate it one bit. Let's talk homers. Let's talk homers. Okay. Who do I like here? Well, who's weird? Scroll back up towards the top, producer Cohen. I mean, Judge being at 29%. 29%? Aaron Judge is up here a lot. 29% is pretty absurd. The last time we took a 29%, it was Muncy who banged. That's the only 29% I've seen in the past couple of weeks. What's Aaron Judge's home run odds? I know it's square, but what are Aaron Judge's home run odds? Oh, but I can't take a Yankee because I'm dog shit at them. All I'm doing is following math. Will you guys let me take a Yankee? Where do you click in Ballpark Pal to find this page? It's the home run zone. You'll see it. It's at the top. Are you guys okay with me taking a Yankee? Even though I'm dog shit, but I'm just following the math. I think that's fair. Nolan Jones, why the F not? Producer Colin coming in with heat. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I'm going to go. Will you guys allow? No one even responds to me anymore. Everyone just talks within themselves. Yes, sir. All right, I'm taking Aaron Judge. I'm taking Aaron Judge. What are you saying, producer Cone? I have an Ohtani, Adley, Yordan, and Machado home run parlay. How do we feel about it? So you took all the best hitters and put them in a home run lay? I mean, it's not hitting. We know that. I hope it does, though. Judge up for 1.5 Ks on PP. Yeah, I'll probably strike out a couple of times. Doesn't mean he can't hit a homer. No, just with all due respect. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, do I think it could hit? Yeah, those are all some of the best players in the game. And, look at where they are on ballpark power. That could definitely hit. Right? If you're going to take them on this day, especially when they're all up here, I love it. But I'm just saying, in general, you take all the best guys that hit home run. More often than not, it's not going to hit. I assume if you've been playing those, you've been realizing that. So not trying to get after you. But 4 or 5 leg home run parlays, like winning degenerates at best, they're just impossible to hit. You can be the sharpest MLB better in the world. But there's a reason that Twitter accounts gain 20,000 followers when they hit one and they play one every day over a year, right? It's like, holy shit, you turn $5 into $1 trillion. See you do it again. Just saying. Just my 2 cents. Yeah, where's Gino? Gino's supposed to be coming on. Gino. Thinking Astros minus 1.5 today. Yeah. If we're talking about whole world being on a play, the Astros fading Noah Syndergaard is definitely there. Gino too busy watching Brock Purdy Jim short throws. Yeah, I agree. Home run parlays are honestly crazy. No, I agree. Where is Gino? Yeah. Just whoever wants to come on first. How are we feeling? I feel good. That ticket would cash so much. You guys have any other trade deadline questions? We can just talk regular baseball here for a second before we get to more plays. How do I feel about the Marlins? I like the Marlins. That was my initial lean this morning. Wish I got a plus money price. But it's priced probably reasonably correctly. Let's go to Colby Olson. Let's go to Frolby Olson. Yo. How are ya?
Good, brother.
You think you might win a bet today?
I might. I might. I went 2-1 last week, and then I lost, I think, my last bet. So it goes. I mean, the last bet I lost, the Orioles were up 4-0 in the 3rd inning. I was like, wow, I love an early lead in a bet for once, and then they lost 6-4. So yeah.
Don't we just love this sport?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And you got a 2-unit card, 2-unit play on the card. I want to go with that one last. Let's start with some 1-unit.
Sure.
Boyzos.
Sounds good.
What do you got up first? Let's see what producer Cohen's got for you. LA first 5 plus 140. Do you know Griffin Canning? Okay, so Griffin Canning got scratched.
Oh, did he?
Which you could void this play. Most books it'll void.
Who's in?
I don't know.
I did see the line moved to plus 150, so I was curious about that. I mean, start,
Griffin Canning got scratched.
Would love to talk about this Angels lineup because it's hilarious, Pete. They have Luis Rengifo leading off. Then you have Ohtani. Then right after Ohtani in the 3-hole, it's Crone, then Moniak, Renfroe, Moustakas, Grichuk, Neto, and Wallach.
It's not a bad lineup.
I mean, but to me, this is what it reminds me of, Pete. As soon as I saw this lineup, I'm like, holy shit, this is the 2007 Cavs lineup where it was LeBron and Mo Williams and Ilgauskas, Varejao, Delonte West.
But credit the Angels, though. It was much more Cleveland 2007 before they got CJ Crone and Randall Grichuk. Those are good additions.
Totally.
So are you rolling with it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think fuck it. Grab it at plus 150. If you want to take it for a half unit, go for it. This one for me is I don't love Charlie Morton going forward. Yes, 3.57 ERA, but a 4.68 xERA, and I think that especially plays today because yes, I just shit on the Angels lineup a little bit, but they do hit the ball hard. And I think that's where that xERA really comes into play. So I think they can put up some runs early here. Who the hell is pitching though? Chase Silseth. Oh, I actually don't hate that.
He's like better than Griffin Canning.
Wait, yeah, he actually is like better than Griffin Canning.
Yeah.
I completely like this. So Silseth, 4.44 ERA, a 3.89 xERA. He was out of the bullpen earlier this year, though. And in his last start against the Yankees, he struck out 10, Pete. 5 2/3.
Oh, yeah. No, I literally just watched him carve through my poverty lineup. Yeah, no, I know.
So for me, this is like my fuck it play of the day. Like plus 140, now plus 150. Throw a half unit on it if you want. I have a full unit on it. And I think this is the rare time where the Braves, maybe they poured on late. So I'm taking the first 5. But I think that the Angels can cover through the first 5 here and bring it home. So that's really the analysis there. It's not too deep.
Okay. I think it's fair to you to make the odds plus 150.
Okay. Sure.
We'll track you at plus 150.
Love it.
Because it's a special circumstance. Pitcher got scratched. It'd probably void anyway, and then you probably have to rebet it anyway, and that's what you'd rebet it at. Perfect. We got you at plus 150. The people got you at plus 150.
Let's go.
Let's go. It's probably pushing.
Is anybody riding this?
Probably pushing.
I mean, a push is a win. That means we just we watch baseball. It's fine.
All right. Play number 2.
Yeah. We're going with Cincinnati. We're going with the Reds, first 5 on the money line with Andrew Abbott on the bump versus Marcus Stroman and those Cubbies. The Cubs are not too great against lefties, Pete. They haven't been great versus lefties recently. Last 30 days, a 290 xWOBA. Cubs, a 104 WRC plus on the year against lefties. They just do not crush lefties as a team. It's the great neutralizer to Cody Bellinger, and he's been on an absolute tear this year. And Abbott is not just any lefty. He's a lefty with a 1.9 ERA and a 3.36 xERA, and looks like one hell of a pitcher. Like the pitcher that he was in AA and AAA this year is the same pitcher that we've gotten at the big league level and probably even more than we expected. So I think that Abbott can continue to shut the Cubs down in this one. And I don't expect the Reds to absolutely tear the cover off the ball today against Stroman. But I think that they can put up, 2 to 3 to 4 runs in the first 5 here. Stroman coming off of his worst outing of the year, and he owns an 8 ERA and a 4.46 FIP over his last 6 starts. So Stroman has not been his sharpest in July, and I think that continues tonight at home. In what is kind of a trade deadline tryout start. I don't know. Is he going to get traded? They're going to keep him, right?
No, I think they're going to keep him, but I think he shows out today. I mean, I took Stroman over 4.5 Ks. I wasn't exactly sure about picking a winner because I do think Abbott pitches relatively well. I kind of like the under in this game. We got wind blowing in. It's pretty low.
So the other thing that's on my side here is, I don't even know if it's on my side anymore. Line movement's fake, but they did open as a dog. This was like plus 105, and I got it minus 105. It's now at minus 110, so it's moving a little bit.
Okay.
Do like to see that. So yeah, more of a fade of Stroman, and I love Andrew Abbott so much.
You already won your bet. It moved towards you.
I was really tempted before I get into my last pick, which is the 2-unit play. I was really tempted to also go with the Brewers minus 1.5. I'm just I just hope they score, but that's the only problem. Are they going to score?
Yeah, that was my issue
so
too.
I'm just going to ride your under. But let's get to the 2-unit play because a lot of people were asking about the Guardians and whether to take Houston before I came on, right? And I think this is the way to go about it. Go with this over because both of these pitchers are, JB France is surely due for some regression. So dating back to June 1st, Pete, France owns a 2.34 ERA. That's 5th best in baseball. But over that same span, a 3.91 FIP and a 5.23 SIERA. That's a massive gap between that ERA. And on the year, he has a 2.87 ERA, I think, and a 3.9 xERA. So a massive gap there. The problem, though, is France doesn't strike anybody out. He owns the 2nd lowest strikeout rate in baseball since June 1st. And his fastball generates only 11% whiffs, cutter 17% whiffs, and that's 70% of his arsenal. So he doesn't generate any whiffs. He has been allergic to giving up home runs, But that doesn't really matter as much when you're facing a Guardians team that's just going to single and double you to hell and not strike out. So I think in this one, he's going to give up a ton of hits. And I know you're on his under strikeouts, which I love. And I think he's going to give up a ton of hits. Guardians do not strike out. And then on the other side, you have Syndergaard, and he has a 7.16 ERA and a 5.67 xERA. He's throwing 89-mile-an-hour fluff balls. And he hasn't pitched since May or early June. But in his 2 rehab starts in AAA, he was terrible. 5 innings, 4 earned in the first one, 5 innings, 2 earned in the second one. He wasn't striking anybody out. The other thing is Houston's got Jordan back, which I love to see. So I think this one is going way over. I don't know where the line is at on this.
Same
one.
price. Same price.
Same price? Okay. I was hoping it would move up to 9.5, but so it goes.
Well, no, if it moved up to 9.5, that means you're losing based on what CLV has done to the show. So you hope it goes down to like 7, closes at 7, and then it lands on 11.
But yeah, man, this is a 2-unit Johns for me. It's like, don't overthink it. 2 bad pitchers, and I think it's a recipe for success for both of these lineups.
No, and that's why I think it's like not contrarian, but in the sense of I think a lot of people think France is a good pitcher. Right? You know what I'm saying? So I don't. I don't think you do either based on the 2-unit play. So that's why I don't think it's a no-brainer, don't overthink it, square play. I actually don't mind it at all.
I mean this in the best way possible, Pete. He really is this year's Cal Quantrill. Like, he is that pitcher that has that high 2s, low 3s ERA that has no business doing it. He's not striking anybody out. And I mean that with all due respect. But, like, he really is the Cal Quantrill of this year. I've been trying to figure out who it is. This is it. It's JP France.
Good point, but say you're sorry.
I'm sorry. Because if I don't say I'm sorry, then I'm losing this bet. But that's the card, man. That's the card right there.
3 plays, 3 winners. Appreciate it, my friend.
Thank you, my man.
Grow that mustache back if the bets don't lose. Yeah. If the bets don't.
The bets hit. Win. They're going to hit, so I can do what I want.
Then let's go. Peace out, brother. Peace. Talk to you. Okay. Where the hell is Gino? Oh, just dropped into Discord. We got Gino coming on. He's going to talk about that game as well. We'll give him a second. I see him rummaging around over there. He's a man with kids, right? He's a man with a child. Let's talk. Gino.
What up, homie?
What's up, dude? How are things?
Wifey had me go above the garage. You never want to go up above the garage.
That's why I'm not married. Sticking to just picking baseball.
As you should. If you want to be rich, kids, wait on the babies. They're not even expensive. Everyone says babies are expensive. No. The time they consume takes away from productivity. Babies are cheap.
Babies are cheap. Good line from Gino. All right, let's get into play number 1. And I think you have 3 plays, correct?
Yeah, I was actually doing the math because I got to get to 100, right? So I need to give out at least 10 a week for like the next.
Give out 10 a week?
Something like that. That's easy. Piece of cake.
Guardians money line plus 150.
This is priced 25 points wrong. Why are they hating on Thor? Tell me. Pete, you know better than me. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Horrible.
Does it make any sense?
Yeah, he's horrible.
Got it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he got sent to the Dodgers. Everyone was kind of excited because it was like, oh, could he possibly bounce back after being pretty terrible with the Phillies? Didn't. Dodgers couldn't fix him. Guardians were trying to get rid of Ahmed Rosario, and they said, fine, we'll take him. They just traded Aaron Savali, so they have to use Noah Syndergaard at this point.
This guy was a stud, 2 years ago?
He's throwing like 89 now. Maybe he comes for this start because it's been a long rest for him. Maybe he has 1 start in him, but he has not been – he's been one of baseball's worst pitchers this year.
I just started Eastbound and Down last night. It's been a long time. And reminds me of poor Kenny Powers when he dropped from 101 down to 89. And then he came back. Syndergaard's coming back tonight, my dude. This is priced wrong.
I can understand that based on a value perspective. It's going to be overinflated based on everybody hating Thor. But at the same time.
Yeah, it's overinflated. Public, more tickets are on Houston and the line dropped.
Yeah.
The variance on this is sick, by the way. It opened up at minus 195. It's down to minus 170 on the other side. With less money and less tickets, it dropped from 162 to 143 or 50 here. So I feel really good about this position. Just from a mathematical perspective, I win if Vegas wins. You know me. That's my oldest trick in the book.
I mean, I can't hate it. I can a little bit because Noah Syndergaard is going to give you issues, but maybe it's not on Syndergaard. Maybe the Guardians just score enough where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, 3-3 going into the fourth, and they're both gone. That would be great.
That would be great. All right, let's talk. We're on the same under. Let's see.
This is the sharpest under I have seen in a long, long time. It's crazy. Like how many systems, how many people. It makes me nervous. I'm glad it dropped. If it didn't drop, I would be really scared.
Me too.
This is as little as 8.5 some places. Like it's still dropping. So that's crazy. Guys listening, run to BetMGM and bet this under 9. I can't believe it held. I've seen it 8.5 many places.
On BetMGM right now, it is
minus
8.5 minus 105 towards the end.
Okay, so it did drop. So I feel really good about this one. This has multiple from pitcher matching up with batters. The two pitchers going the way the money came in without like flawlessly. Like I saw steam. For those not familiar with steam, it just means when all the books move the line simultaneously.
Do you think it was because of me? Do you think it was all me?
I mean, brother, I don't mean to toot your horn. I don't know a guy in baseball that has a better reach than you. So
I appreciate that, but it might be dwindling because people are like, "Oh, he's got this great reach, and none of his bets fucking hit." So.
This is going to be one of the ones where your CLV comes through and shows you that you're good at baseball.
I hope so. I haven't hit a CLV bet in years.
So I had this off originally. I think I texted you like way early in the morning at 9.5. I had this off by a full run.
I agree. So, it should be at 8, I think.
Yeah. So I had it off by a full run. So it's no surprise it's now 8.5. I do like the plus 105, guys. Not going to lie. I would still bet that. I would stop betting it at anything at even money, 8.5 or whatever. Then you're just flipping a coin on my line and odds. But plus 105, plus 110, 8.5. I don't like it as much as the other ones.
Yeah, let's say for everyone looking right now, because people coming in late to the stream, right? I sent this out early. We all sent our bets out early. They're all tracked on Pikkit, by the way. But 8.5 minus 105 now for the people coming in late. I personally would still play it up to minus 105. I wrote in my article this morning. I said the price cutoff for me, because I bet both halves. I bet first 5 under 5, and I bet under 9. A half unit at 0.6, 0.5. You know the drill.
Makes sense.
And so I said 4.5. I'd play to minus 110 towards the under. 8.5 minus 105. Those are the current price right now. So that's my price cutoff.
And to agree with you, I had the true line as 8.5 minus 110. Now that's the true line. I don't hammer true lines because I don't think there's money to be made. So technically there's still 5 percentage points of value, but I'm probably the most conservative, boring motherfucker on the show. And I need over 5% to bet it. So I think right now you're getting 5% EV. It's just like on my radar. And then if it went up to 106, then I bet it. So it's just right there.
I have it at 8.2 or 8.1, closer to there. I mean, even the ballpark pal model, because I like cap my games separately, 7.5 minus 116. See,
so then this, to me, guys, I'd say still bet it then. Again,
that's why I would still bet it.
It's not identical to Pete's.
Yeah.
But I do know a lot of people I respect had this game. I was very surprised when I saw you give out the 9 right here. That's why. So I thought it might even throw off first pitch at minus 125 at 8. Again, the other way. I thought they would try and get people on the other side.
Yeah, I grabbed it at the opener. I was 9 at 115. I mean, the opener was 9 minus 110. Went to bet it 115. I'm like, fuck, I gotta get it in. So just send it out to my subs. All right, so
one more.
Red Sox.
Yeah, there's 2 ways to bet this game, by the way. The Red Sox, to me, I like them straight up to win this game. The the value here at 1.5, excuse me. The reason why it's 1.5 units is I have this as a pick'em. I think it opened up at 125 or something like that. So you're getting on the same side as the Sharps. Lost a little bit of value, but the reason why this is my pick of the day is I think the Red Sox flat out just win this game, and I think that they have the wrong team favored. And this is coming off. I made a decent amount of money on my Giants in this last series, so I think you're getting the Red Sox cheap right here. I do love Seattle just came off looking really good. I think it was just yesterday, and Boston just lost in extras and then flies across the country. I'm having a lot of value on this flying across the country. I'm seeing them overcompensate for it. The only thing I can think of is last year, that was a really good system, paying a lot of money, and people bet it, and they're a little slow to adjust. I think you guys have heard me now a couple times talk about Toronto flying west. It's been cleaning up for us. I just think flat out Boston wins this game.
But the thing is, Mariners aren't flying across the country. They're going from Arizona to Seattle, they're flying up the country.
I'm talking about Boston. Sorry, brother.
Boston. Oh, so you like the team traveling across the country?
I like the traveling team.
That's really
I like
interesting.
that Boston's been on the road on the East. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me be clear. I like that Boston's far from home. I think people.
Oh, you just like them on their West Coast road
trip. Yeah,
they're far from
Boston. Yeah,
not like the Red Sox just played the Yankees last night and
no.
to Seattle. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think there's an overcompensation. These are professionals. They've been in a hotel. They don't even know where they are. They don't care that they were in San Francisco and went up to Seattle. That's what I was saying was, sorry. And I do think you're getting just a little sliver of buying low on Boston and selling high on Seattle.
Yeah, it's funny. I made this line Seattle minus 125, Red Sox plus 105. So that's a teensy bit, but not enough for me to bet it because I'm also biased. I need the Mariners to start fucking winning for my futures. So
yeah.
I went to bed and I saw a little bit of value. I'm like, I need the Mariners to win this game. So I want to be just rooting for the Mariners. I'm not even going to bet the Mariners. I just need them to win.
And to tip my hat at you, the line hasn't moved that much. So I'll like to the guys listening out there, this is, even if it wins for me, this is actually not a pick I'm overly proud of. I'm overly proud of getting a full run and calling it out. This moved 5 points, and I bet it the most. So from my capping perspective, I'm getting a C- on this game. I'm just being honest, but I already bet it. It's already in, so I'm sticking with it.
Fair. Pivetta, who's been pitching much better, but Kirby is still the better pitcher. Mariners are at home. I think these two teams are rather similar just from a talent perspective. I like the Red Sox bats a little bit better, but on the flip side, I like the Mariners starting pitcher. I like their bullpen better. I like them being at home. So that's why I made the line that way. But I get it. Like, I still see value. I see 5 points of value based on this line.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I've thought highly of the Diamondbacks all year. So I was lucky to avoid losing money. I was surprised that I wasn't on Arizona 2 out of the 3, which could have lost both of them or maybe split that last series. I just think, again, going traditional models, you can walk away with why is this 1.5 units and why am I doing what I'm doing? I've seen a lot of value of East Coast teams on the West Coast, overly compensated, not flying overnight, just the fact that they're on the West Coast hours.
Yeah.
I do think the world is going to be a little overly high on Seattle right now after taking 2 out of 3 in Arizona and coming home. And I do think they're a little overly low on Boston. So those are the little half unit, how it got from a half unit up to 1.5. I just like mixing systems. And those are the 3 systems that bumped it up to me. But scoring myself, this is sadly my biggest play of the night and the one I'm least proud of with money line movement and distribution and stuff. So that's just the game sometimes. I don't always have the best CLV on my biggest bets.
Hey, how about the Red Sox just win and screw CLV?
I mean, why do you need – what's your story with needing Seattle so bad?
I just have them over wins on the season. I have them to win the pennant, and I have them to win the World Series.
No, we talked about that. I'm high on Seattle here. I just think I'm getting them cheap. Boston cheap.
They're not going to hit any of those bets. Appreciate you, Gino. We're going to move on to Ollie, but 3 plays, 3 winners, and 2+ money dogs. Keep
Later,
rolling.
homie.
Peace out. All right. Is that Ollie 1 unit I see? Oh.
There we go.
What do you think about your Red Sox? Gino just kind of pitched him as his main bet of the day. Thoughts?
I don't know. They're in this weird little trance where they don't hit, but they pitch. So, I mean, the bats were dead asleep in San Francisco, aside from Tristan Casas and Justin Turner.
The Arizona Diamondbacks finalizing a trade to acquire closer Paul Sewald from the Mariners.
Now I like the Red Sox a little bit more.
Wow.
Mariners are sellers. Sorry for your futures, Pete, but
wow. Yeah.
They don't
and
sell
they're going to trade their hitters too.
Yeah, they're going to trade Teoscar. They're going to trade France. Yeah, there we go.
Fuck you, Seattle. Just lost a bunch of bets. GG Mariners futures.
Yep. GG. Sorry. I did not fall for the Mariners trap this year.
Oh,
Props to me.
Props to you. Yeah, good job. Nice.
I had one big future this year. Do you know what it was?
Red Sox to win the World Series?
No, it was the Reds win total.
Oh.
Sitting pretty.
That's looking good.
Sitting pretty.
Is it sitting more pretty than Corbin Carroll Rookie of the Year plus 500?
No.
Well, for bragging, I want to brag.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good hit.
It's good to play number one.
What is the first play? Yeah, the Just Baseball fans corp under of the day that everything leans to this hitting, but it's not gonna. That type of play, you know what I mean? You're on it. I'm on it. Gino's on it. It's been steamed a run and a half or almost a whole run. It's in at even money at 8.5 now. It was 9 minus 110 when it opened up last night. I hopped in this morning at 9 minus 120. Now it's at 8.5 minus 110. I'm not playing it at 8.5 minus 110 personally. But if you can still find 9, I would play that. When it comes down to it, I just think Corbin Burns is that guy. Masterclass, complete game shutout type of stuff from Corbin Burns today. That's how I see this game going. Even if the Brewers bats get to Irvin and that pretty subpar bad Nationals bullpen, I still think it's going to go under because I don't think they have a run and inning type of offensive performance tonight after wasting all their runs in Atlanta.
I agree. I felt the same way. And I weirdly think Irvin's going to pitch okay today. I wouldn't be surprised the Nationals win this game. I got a weird feeling about Jake Irvin.
I don't know about that personally. I think the last time I had a weird feeling about Jake Irvin, he let up like 6 runs last week, I think, against the Rockies or something like that. Didn't he pitch against the Rockies last time out and let up like 2 bombs, like a McMahon bomb and something else? I can't remember. I'm kind of intrigued by Jake Irvin in general. Not enough to back the Nationals. In total, the Diamondbacks are sending Canzone, Rojas, and prospect Ryan Bliss. I don't know if that's
Josh Rojas?
Yes. He stinks now, sadly, but intriguing. This Canzone kid has been, I don't know what to make of him. He left a lot of guys on base this past weekend when I needed runs, so I'm pretty mad at him.
I love how that guy said, according to a source, when he just went on Twitter.
Well, he probably just copy and pasted that tweet.
I love that. I love that, James Leon 6. Thanks for keeping us updated. I just tweeted out GG's to all my Mariners futures. Please like it so I feel okay about it. Please go like my tweet. Yeah, this might not hit. But I do like it.
Yeah, everything lines up for it to hit. It's the play that, I don't know. I'm still on it. I'm playing it at 9. I'm probably not playing it at 8.5.
I would still play it at 8.5 because I feel like we're going to get train wrecked and it's going to land on 11 or it's going to soar under.
Yeah, that's fair. It's either I see like a 4-1, 4-0 game.
Like, does it land on 9 exactly? Maybe. But like, what are the odds of that? Shit.
I don't know. Second weekend in a row, I just got absolutely housed. So I'm going half unit, playing it easy. What's the next play we got up
You
here?
and I need to ban Sundays. Sundays are
Saturdays and Sundays. Last 2 weekends, I've lost all my profits on the season. It's crazy. I build it back up during the week. Boom, Saturday comes, -4 units. Sunday comes, -3.5 units. See you later.
All right, San Francisco first 5 money line.
Yeah, I considered the run line here in the first 5, but I'm being a pansy and being a wimp, whatever you want to call it. I'm taking the first 5 money line. laying the juice just to win. I think it's like a third of a unit or something like that. Nothing too crazy, but when it comes down to it, Alex Cobb has been good. The Diamondbacks, coming off a very lackluster offensive weekend against, granted, good starting pitching with the Mariners. They got Wu and Castillo and I forgot who on Friday, but like another one of their good pitchers. I think it was Gilbert. But now they travel to San Francisco. San Francisco's been pitching really, really well, and Alex Cobb, I think, is going to be solid. And in a low-scoring first five, I think the Giants will sneak across a couple runs here in some weird fashion against Ryan Nelson, one of the Nelsons over there.
Ryan Nelson. They also have Kyle
Nelson.
Nelson, the lefty reliever. Shout out Kyle Nelson, UCSB alum. I'm also from Santa Barbara. Shout out Kyle Nelson. Ryan Nelson's not very good.
Yeah, Kyle Nelson looks a lot better out of the bullpen, right?
Good.
Ryan Nelson, left it a little bit to be desired there. Give me the first 5 money line. A little juicy play. Kyle's pitching tomorrow. It's Junis. Okay, whatever. Either way. It's more of a fate of the Diamondbacks bats than it is backing the San Francisco Giants pitching.
So it is Junis now. It's not Cobb. I mean, that would make the play voidable. And we did the same thing with Colby. We can check it now and give you the right odds because I assume it would get voided. Then you would rebet it if you still like it. I'm give
playing
you
either
odds.
way. Yeah.
Here it is -130 now because of course you went from Cobb to Junis.
Yeah, I'm still.
Do you
playing.
want -130?
Yep, still playing it. I have -140 on my book.
Well, BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. -130.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You know what? It's good to play with 3.
Yeah, it's still up on. I don't think I have the starting pitcher thingy majiggy on my book, so I'm locked in at -150 either way. We'll play it to -130, whatever you get it. I still like it, even with Junis pitching.
We'll put you at -130. All right, let's talk Guardians money line. I mean, talk about Corp. You and Gino are both on Guardians money line.
Yeah, this one's weird. I was eyeing it for whatever reason. It just kind of spoke to me, and then Gino was on it, and his methodology of betting is very drastically different than mine. But when two forces like that are on the same play, it made me pull the trigger instead of laying off of it. Listen, I'm not buying a Thor resurgence out here in Cleveland, although they made Aaron Savali look good this year. Like maybe they can make Noah Syndergaard look good in time. I'm not expecting him to be solid here, but I do think the Guardians have a pretty significant bullpen edge here. I don't believe in the Astros bullpen, and I don't believe in the Astros starting pitching. And they didn't really look good over the weekend against the Rays, who were bad. Sorry, Rays fans, but your team is bad. Your offense is bad. I don't think the Rays are good. They're not built to win. And the Astros just lost 2 out of 3 against them. So I'm going to bank on the Astros staying a little cold. I know Jordan's back. I know Altuve's back. I know they should start clicking, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I know Alex Bregman's one of the hottest hitters in baseball, especially against right-handed pitching. He's been ballistic. It's just the line seems a bit short, in my opinion, as well. Like the Guardians suck. They can't hit for shit. I don't know. It just kind of stinks. I'm not by any means saying to tail this play because the Astros could very well win this game 9-2 and put up 7 runs on Thor, and I look like a dummy. But it is what it is. I'm going to take my chance with the Guards here. I'm not proud of it. I don't love the play. The button hurt to press. It didn't feel good. It smelled like dog poo, but I pressed it anyways, and here we are.
That's normally when plays tend to hit.
Not on Mondays. On Saturdays and Sundays, those are the plays you want to play. But on Mondays when bullpens are rested, the teams are ready, they're locked in, a new series is coming, usually the chalk plays are going to hit on Mondays. But I don't know. I got a feeling this might be one of the ones where the chalk plays Astros -1.5 mega bomb whale doesn't quite go the way everybody expects it to go. I know people are targeting this game on Thursday when they announced Thor was pitching in Houston in his return. Like, I know people are like, can't wait to back the Astros. Astros -1.5. Astros team total over. Kyle Tucker props. Jordan Alvarez props. I get it. And it all makes total sense. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. But baseball doesn't make sense. So that's why I'm taking the Guardians.
Good question here. Peter, who is most likely to steal bases on the Astros? Syndergaard is the easiest to steal
Tucker.
bases on. Yeah, I was just thinking Kyle Tucker. Or
Jeremy Pena, if he can get on base, but he never gets on base.
Is Jake Myers in the lineup?
I know Jordan is batting 5th, which is kind of funky.
I mean, I took his under on home runs. I think we're more thinking that Jordan's just not that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if they could redo that trade, the Astros wouldn't do it. I agree.
Jake Myers is hitting 9th. He's got some let me see how many stolen bases he has this season. He's got 5 stolen bases on the year. That's definitely going to be big plus money if he can get on base once, right? Because Corey Julks has 15 bags since when?
Some of the stolen base props are, stats numbers this year are wild. Like that dude on the Mariners, they're like 9-hole hitters, like 22 bags. I'm like, I'd never heard of this guy. I didn't know he got on base 22 times this year. He's got 22 bags. Caballero.
Caballero. Yeah,
he's got 22 bags this year. What the hell? That would have led the league last year.
That's a good point. Acuna has 90.
Yeah, Acuna is quietly because Shohei is having one of the best seasons, arguably the best season of all time. Acuna is having one of the best seasons we've ever seen, and just nobody cares. Just fine with Acuna. Whatever. Who cares?
3 plays, 3 winners. Worst thing that happens, we lose 1.5 units. It's the worst.
Yeah, that's the idea. Let's flash the leaderboard real quick again.
Flash the leaderboard. Look at all these still up.
Remind the folks who's still hanging around here.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at all those people that have given up.
Yeah, honestly.
Everybody just gave up.
Where is everybody?
There's no heart. There's no grit. There's no determination from top to bottom of this leaderboard.
Shout out Colby Olson.
Colby's grinding.
Still kicking.
Respect it. And you know what? He's been treading water at that spot for a long time. So he really just had one insane cold stretch where you lost 15 in a row or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Something crazy. And he's been hanging around there ever since. If we had a second half standings, he'd be right there.
I agree.
Matt,
half this
leaderboard
isn't even going to qualify for the 100 picks.
Yeah, because they have no heart.
Soft. They have no grind to them.
No heart.
No
baseball's
grind.
not built for everybody. Football's my best sport. Yeah, we'll see about that when the just football fans thing comes around and everybody's doing the same thing. They're out when the bye weeks come around. They're gone. They're out. See you later.
NFL's my best sport. Down 70 units. All right.
Down minus 17 units after week 4. Won't hear from you again the rest of the season. That's how that's going to go.
Good shit, my friend. We're going to move to Ara, but appreciate you. All right.
All right. Good luck.
You know what's funny, Pete? All the shit talking on Twitter about you lost it after a bad run, yet you're plus 3+ units. Yeah, I'm down 3 units on this. I mean, they're morons, but everyone's taking their licks now. But as we all know, they'll be back when I get on a heater. Speaking about heaters, Arm Layton, guy won't give up, was down horrendous to start the year. But he's been winning, folks. He's
been hanging around.
Hanging around.
And unlike these cowards, I love what Ollie said, man. I mean, look at the volume. 43 for 49, we're hanging in there. If I didn't chase, coulda, woulda, shoulda, I know, but I'm only telling this as a learning lesson for those folks out there. If I didn't chase, I'm probably right at even. You remember there was a couple days in a row where I chased 3-unit plays and got cooked. And I was like, shit. And then we climbed it back on 1-unit plays. And, you looked at me there's a look that you'll give me when I'm betting irresponsibly. And it's dude. If you actually had some semblance of responsibility, you'd be in great shape. And since then, I've been great. So, bet responsibly.
I say the same thing to Krabs. Play your card.
Well,
Instead, he brings on 1 play for 3 units, and I'm like, could we be better?
Yeah,
I keep telling my dog. Another bet's hit.
Yeah, you're telling Krabs to bet responsibly. I tell my dog to stop drinking out of the toilet. She still goes and drinks every single day. All right, we got some good ones.
Let's get to. Well, first of all, I said GG's to all my Mariners futures after the trade of Paul Sewald, and you're on the Mariners money line. So just quick, is the season over for Seattle?
This does stink because the reinforcements ain't here yet.
Yeah.
And Paul Sewald's heading out of town, but I still really like this one overall. And this is a game where, look, Nick, I was looking at the first 5, by the way, and ultimately went with the full game. But Nick Pavetta's making a start. They're starting Nick Pivetta. Am I mistaken? He's getting the ball.
Not.
What?
You are not mistaken.
Yeah. So in the first inning, he's going to start a game. That's what they're doing. Look, this guy's Nolan Ryan out of the bullpen, but when he starts, he is brutal. And there's a reason why he hasn't done it in a month. I think more maybe. I was looking at the game logs. It was like he has not started a game in a very long time. Look, if something clicks for Nick Pivetta and he translates that into the starter's role today, that's fine. But even if he does pitch well, I think the Red Sox are coming down to earth a little bit offensively. George Kirby is great. You got them at home. Red Sox don't like hitting away from home nearly as much. And so I feel like there's two paths to winning this one. One is Pivetta does the same thing that he does every single time he starts and gets shelled. The second path is both starters pitch pretty well, and ultimately the Mariners edge them out. I don't really see a world where the Red Sox absolutely bludgeon Kirby. I just feel like it's going to be close regardless. But I think it's way more likely that the Mariners pick up on Pivetta trying to be a starter and take care of business there.
So what you're saying is the move trading Paul Sewald is actually good for my Mariners World Series ticket. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, that for sure. If Josh Rojas was there tonight, I'd feel great. I know Rojas ain't that good this year, but dude, he's better than Colton Wong. I'll tell you that. And Canzone's a good fourth outfielder to add to the fold there. Is a guy that should definitely help them with Kelenic being out in the meantime. And then Ryan Bliss is a great prospect. I don't know when betting particularly cares about that right now, but a really good prospect that could help them down the line. But Josh Rojas is a big upgrade over what they were getting from the second base position. Like, don't be mistaken. Well, Wong, I think, has been one of the worst, if not the worst major leaguer, I think, that we have this year.
He's like a poor man's Tim Anderson, who's like been the worst major league hitter.
Yeah, at second.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Just so you know, we got Gino on Red Sox money line, biggest bet of the day, and we got
Love.
Love.
No, Gino's good.
Gino's good. All right, let's go to play number 2.
Play number 2. So this was one that you and I were kind of talking last night. You were in early today. You were kind of saying, how do you feel about Edward Cabrera? I was like, I don't feel anything positive about Edward Cabrera really ever. He left the last game with a blister. And, you got Phillies Marlins here in this matchup where I know you don't like Taijuan Walker. I know that's a fade for you, generally speaking, and I don't blame you. We haven't seen the Marlins against Taijuan Walker, but the Marlins offense finally coming to life. They were kind of a no bet for me, for the last. They almost always are, but they were a no bet for me, especially lately with how much the offense has been struggling. But they showed some signs of life over the last couple games, and I think Walker's another opportunity for them to swing it a little bit. I like the over 8.5 because the Marlins, I think, will at least hold up their end of the bargain, put up a couple runs. But Edward Cabrera's. He's Jekyll and Hyde. You'll get those outings where it's nasty. It's mostly against bad teams. And when he faces good offenses, he has trouble. And I think this is going to be another one of those examples. He's also battled a blister issue. So if he also, has a chance to leave the game early, and then the Marlins taxed bullpen will be further taxed. The Marlins bullpen has not been good. They give up a lot of runs on the back end as well. Even if they're up, they tend to, even the AJ Puck saves are not clean. You backdoor cover a run or two, usually late in ball games. Yes, Robertson helps, but he just threw. So we'll see if he goes again, he probably would. But again, it's about bridging the gap to that 9th. I think 8.5 was way too low with these two starting pitchers, the Phillies offense and the Marlins offense finally starting to come alive a little bit.
Love it. I mean, I was the reason we were talking is I was like, I kind of like the Marlins today. I think it's a weird price, but then, remember when I said I don't bet on doubleheaders and then I bet on the Tigers and they got complete game one hitter by Ohtani?
Yeah.
I said I don't want to bet on Edward Cabrera starts at the beginning of the year. And so if I keep going back on what I say I'm going to do, I'm a fraud and a hypocrite. And I'm not a fraud and a hypocrite.
You're neither.
I'm losing bets this season, but I'm not a fraud.
No.
And I'm not going to bet on Edward Cabrera. I'm not going to do it.
No, I mean, dude, the other thing too is he came out of that last game with a blister. Last thing I'll say, but I mean, I don't know if it was affecting him in that start. The velocity was there. 2 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts against the Rays. So
I can't spin it as well as he wants to, and if he can't, it's over.
I don't want to touch that. So I'm loving the over there. Oh, and there's the dog. Last pick here. Whoa. Hey, it's
last
okay.
Pick here.
Last pick here. Yeah, last pick. We got Astros first 5. I mean, come on. We're just fading Syndergaard into oblivion. Astros first 5 minus 0.5. Minus 0.5. 1 second. Kona, it's okay. Yeah, I'll get out of here real quick so people don't have to hear dogs barking. But, dude, we got to put a whale against Noah Syndergaard. Do we not? Is this a square play? Is this a square play?
I think everybody on earth is on this, but it might hit. My reasoning of not fading Syndergaard is when Manoah first came back, pitched pretty well, then got hit up. First start for Waino back from that, like pitched pretty well. And I'm like, all right, Syndergaard, his problem has been velocity every fifth day. If he has it for this start and looks okay, I could see him pitching fine. Next start, we kill him.
Yeah.
But that
I don't hate that.
He
I love
might
the
just
comments.
still get crushed today. I don't know.
I love the comment saying dogs barking, sign this one's cooked. I love that the dog is barking on the square play. Tread lightly on that one. Maybe go pick the other two. They were better researched. I'm just fading the shit out of Noah Syndergaard, and I'll do that any day of the week. So I think you brought up a good point, but I'm riding it out. We're doing it.
I still think it's probably going to hit. Like, I think France gets hit up a little bit, but I think this is like
over is a good play too.
Over's a good play too.
Dog said it was cake. All right, brother. I appreciate you.
All right, we'll talk soon. Okay. Anything from mid-major? Is mid-major? Mid-major? You coming on? Oh, he's 25 minutes late. We might just have to flash his plays. And then, is he last one? Is he the last one, producer going? All right, this mid-majors play. We might have to void it, though, because Griffin Canada got scratched. Let's see what it is now. Oh, I mean, it's at 10. He'll probably want to keep this one. Yeah, so that'll be void. Yeah, here's my JP France under Ks. So would he take a 10? I don't know. Personally, I think it's an overreaction. Back to 10. I think Silseth can be as good as Canning. I don't know if I'd take 10. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up a model. See what they have it adjusted at. Give me 1 second. Jazz Chisholm is hitting leadoff. Angel's Brain. Yeah, slight overreaction. 9 point. Let's see. Yeah, we got it capped at around 9.7. Not seeing much value here. Up to you, though. I mean, Matt's not here to pitch it, but if you were leaning it, Matt did take it. I'm not a big fan of this over, personally, especially with the move to 10 with Silseth, who I think is better. I think it's a market overreaction. But again, 9.5, I don't mind that one, but it would have to be 9.5, and you're not seeing 9.5 on BetMGM. So, Pete, what do you think about D-backs Giants under? Two cool teams in San Francisco with Ryan, who's been good on the road. The thing is, I just don't like tailing Ryan Nelson at all. I do not think he's good. And now we have Junis starting instead. I don't hate it, though. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I think here's when I say I don't like it and I don't hate it, it means that I think it should be 8.5, right? That's when I'm saying it's kind of like, well, I could make a coin flip guess, but what should the line be? 8.5. So if you like the under, I'm just not seeing value on it. But again, there's plenty of bets where I don't see value and they hit anyway. So up to you. He's atrocious at home. I don't know why, because he's not that good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you. Hopefully we enjoyed the stream, right? Drop that Pikkit link, producer Cohen. Download it. Do it right now. Take your sportsbook using code Peter. It's going to help you. It's a free app. Just do it. Love you guys. All right. Love you. Great day. Good stream. Some winners, maybe some losers. But overall, I think we're going to come out on top. You guys know the drill. Presented by Prize Picks and BetMGM, and also Pikkit. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon, okay? Best of luck, Pete. Best of luck to you, Skitchin. Best of luck to you, too. Do we want to raid anybody? Should we raid WFAN so you guys can hear some Yankee fans yell at them? Should we raid WFAN? Let's raid WFAN. I'll raid them. WFAN Sports Radio. I really hope that's just Yankee talk and you guys just get to hear people screaming. Do you see WFAN up there? Yeah, let's raid them. I want to raid them. All right, everybody. We'll talk to y'all soon, okay? Enjoy the rest of your evening. Go Blue Jays under Brewers versus D-backs or Brewers versus, y'all know the drill. See you later.